in New York City for It's Your Health TV, which is seen throughout Boston, and also online, itsyourhealthradio.org. I'm here with Dr. Brenda Shoshanna. We're talking about her wonderful book, Fearless, the 7 Principles of Peace of Mind. Dr. Shoshanna, I'm so glad to have you on It's Your Health TV.
Very happy to be here with you.
I really loved your book. And you talk about fear as a bully.
Yes.
You can tell us about that.
Yes, fear is a bully because just like with any bully, the more afraid you are of it, the more you pay attention to it, the more power you give it, and then it really, really chases after you. The minute you stop, take a look at your fear, face head on, it melts away like any bully. Otherwise, it keeps you running.
Yes, it does. Now, we're in New York City right now, and you're writing about the book. You know, a lot of things changed with 9/11, and that set in a lot of fear in motion, and I think it probably also set off just some other fears people weren't even aware of. And,
Absolutely.
And if you can just, you have the 7 principles. If you can take us through each one about how to help people, whether it's a fear of a terrorist attack, or just fear of public speaking, or fear of never meeting someone, or not making enough money, or whatever it is.
Well, you know, it's very interesting the way you put it, and it's really true. What you said was extremely true, that fear set off other fears, and it did. It was like a post-traumatic syndrome, because fear is just, there's only one thing. Fear is an emotion, and it's a feeling, and it can manifest itself. Fear is just there's just one fear, it's an emotion, and it can be triggered by any event and then spread and infiltrate your being. So it can manifest in terms of fear of losing your job, losing your boyfriend, terrorists coming.
Yes.
They're all different aspects, branches on one route.
Yeah, that's true.
So what we try to do is learn how to let go of the feeling of fear itself.
Yes.
Release it. And as you release the feeling, not the whole story about always a terrorist, or it's just we turn backwards and feel that feeling, we face it, we feel it, and we let it go. You begin to become very empowered to rid your body and mind of that emotion, because fear is actually toxic energy. And no matter how it manifests, it's the same energy, and it needs to be released.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that, it's okay, we're in New York City.
We're in New York, we're having a great time.
That's right. One of the things that, I really think is important in facing fear is also dealing with any emotional trauma you might have, and we talked about that, that's part of it too, I think, is looking at things that you're afraid of, and maybe there's some work that needs to be done. What role do you think therapy plays in this?
We discussed this, and therapy is very important. This is not a substitute for therapy, but a wonderful adjunct to have tools, because just talking about a situation can sometimes intensify it.
Yes.
And this book is full of tools.
Yes.
It's a toolkit.
No, it's good.
As well as having many other information and stories. You have actual practical exercises here all over the place, including the 7 principles, which help you face your spirit and dissolve it right on the spot.
Oh, that's great. Now, some of the principles, the first one is the courage to be who you are. Well, that's just so important.
It is so important, because so many of us, we're just addicted to wanting approval from others. And we twist and turn ourselves in all kinds of ways just to be wanted, to be respected. And that makes us very frightened and very ungrounded and uneasy with ourselves. And we're also scared of being found out for who we really are.
Yeah.
So when we can let go of that craving for approval, which is a fuel for fear. So you learn how in this book to let go of your wanting approval, wanting respect, all that craving. And then you can just stand in the truth of who you are. And rather than getting approval, we can get self-respect.
Well, that's
a very big antidote to fear, when you can really trust and respect yourself. Isn't that interesting?
That is really interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. You can walk in your own shoes and say, here I am.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
And I'm okay.
Well, you have such a great air about you. You have such a confident, secure air. I love that. Now, principle 2, letting go of attachment and grasping. Now, how would you describe grasping?
Well, this is how I would describe it. And it's true for all of us. We are so afraid of change.
Yes.
We want to keep everything the same, our families, our marriages, our relationships, our job. And if we feel it's going to change, we get very insecure, we get scared. But the truth is, life is nothing but change.
Yeah, that's true.
If we didn't have change, the little baby couldn't grow from crawling to walking. But yet it's like we're trying to hold back a tidal wave with a little finger. So we grasp onto things and we fight to keep them the way they are, but that creates a lot of fear, tremendous insecurity in life, because we're going against the tide. So in this,
I get it. So
in this chapter, we
okay.
learn how to open our hands and let go of holding on to everything being the same and welcoming change. That's really beautiful. For instance, we say, when they come, we welcome. When they go, we do not pursue.
Yes.
And that releases so much fear, because some things, if someone is supposed to be with you, they'll be with you. And if it's time for them to go, whether through illness, God forbid, or through and you know, another very important point is most people really think of change as failure or loss. Oh my God, I'm going to go through loss, or I failed, that's why it changed. That's not why it changed. It changed because change is inevitable and it's natural. So that's a very important principle.
Yeah, I like that, you know, showing, like letting the hand go.
Yeah,
that's
just
nice. Opening
your
the hands. That's beautiful.
And
Now,
your heart.
Of course. Now, principle 3, recognizing the voices within. Is that going back to trusting yourself?
Well, it's more than that, you know, because, you know, we all have a self-sabotage mechanism going on inside of ourselves. We'll start something and then we get scared and we make a U-turn.
Yeah.
Or a relationship is going wonderfully well and then we sabotage. There's a fear of success. There's a fear of being happy, believe it or not.
Oh, I know someone like that.
Yeah, and so, you know, when we recognize the voices within, we begin to stop rather than just acting impulsively, and we listen to all the different messages we're hearing in our head. One message is, oh, he's wonderful, he's terrific. The next one is, oh, you better be careful, you're going to get hurt. We begin to listen to these and integrate them and make friends with them and even dialogue with them. So then we're not the victim of them. We're not unconsciously, we're not hearing things unconsciously and just taking actions that we may not really choose to take.
Oh, okay.
It's important.
That is important. Now, principle 4, finding a safe harbor. Tell us about that.
Well, you know, we all look for safety. We want to be safe. So many people look by having a relationship. They're going to have this little relationship and it'll keep them safe, or they'll make a lot of money and that'll keep them safe. Or they'll have many accomplishments in this world and that will also...
Oh, sorry. Go on.
And that will also serve to keep them safe. And those things never do work.
And what are they trying to keep themselves safe from?
Because they're safe from pain.
Okay.
They don't want to feel lost. They don't want to feel rejection. They don't want to feel that. But I want to say something important, which we work on in this chapter. There's two different things, pain and suffering. Pain we all feel in life. We have to learn how to accept pain and not make it into suffering. And when we're not afraid of just feeling the moment, our experience, then we can go forward and take the next moment. So in this chapter, you learn how to become safe by accepting whatever comes into your life, all the feelings, and not blocking them out, and not kind of stop resisting.
Yes, I'm big on that. You got to feel your feelings. You know, my daughter's almost 6, and I tell her all the time, if you're mad, it's okay. If you're sad, if you're happy, whatever you are, don't push anything down. Like, be who you are, feel how you feel. I think that is just essential. Now, principle 5, blessing others, deeds of love. Now, I'm all about that.
Me too.
And I can tell you are too. You have that loving glow. You know?
Yeah, you know, because we have a choice in life. You know, we all get hurt, we get angry, but it doesn't work for us, for another person. But so we can really, when we're angry, we're scared because we want to hurt someone, they want to hurt us. But when you can turn that around so quickly by making a choice to bless that other person, to send them love and feelings of goodwill, to see not what they did that was so horrible, but what they did that's been wonderful. It's a matter of your own focus. What do you want to focus on? Do you want to, and you know, there's many ways in that chapter to do what I call deeds of love. Because love isn't just a feeling that comes and goes. It's built upon real choices and deeds and how you relate to another person. Deeds of compassion, deeds of giving, of kindness.
Yes.
And of taking your focus off yourself and putting it on someone else. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I think that would make the world a much nicer place.
I'll tell you a little secret. How you can get rid of all fear for the day.
Okay.
Just focus, take somebody and say, how can I make that person's day really wonderful today? And dwell on that. You're not going to be afraid at all. You're going to be so happy by trying to find a way to make someone else's day wonderful.